I love finding the best software and AI tools that I can use to grow my business. And that's why today I'm going to be showing you a complete guide on how you can use Beehiiv to actually grow an email newsletter. Now, I use this in both of my online businesses. I've got a Marketing Minds email newsletter with about 48,000 subscribers, and I've got an AI marketing newsletter with over 30,000 subscribers. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can use Beehiiv, the newsletter platform that I've been using for the last 2 years on both of my email newsletters, my Marketing Minds newsletter and my AI marketing newsletter. I'm going to be showing you just how easy it is to set up your own newsletter and why it is so powerful for your online business. Beehiiv is a full creator platform and is the operating system for the content economy. So let's hop over to my computer screen and I'll show you exactly how this works. All right, so as you can see, we are inside of Beehiiv, and I actually have 2 email newsletters. The first is my Marketing Minds newsletter that I've had for the last 2 years on Beehiiv. This is where I share all the latest marketing strategies, trainings, tutorials, teaching people how to grow and scale their business using digital marketing and video marketing. It's associated with my business, AdOutreach, my main business. And this is a newsletter that, as you can see, I've grown to 48,000 subscribers. And here's the thing I want to point out, and I'm going to be diving a little bit deeper into how Beehiiv works, some of the stats, all the different pieces. But look at this, a 34.99% open rate all time with 48,000 subscribers. If you've ever sent out emails or you have different softwares, this is a really good open rate to have. It just is something that I've seen consistently across Beehiiv, is having really strong open rates just like that. Now, I also have my other newsletter, the AI marketing newsletter. Now, this newsletter is associated with my AI software. So when people sign up for my thumbnailcreator.com AI YouTube thumbnail creation software, it automatically subscribes them to this AI marketing newsletter, where I basically send out AI marketing emails every single day. I have my team curate the latest news, and you can see this is more of a news-based email, whereas the Marketing Minds newsletter is a little bit more of a curated email. I'll showcase different people that I've had on my podcast. I'll break it down. I'll describe all of it. And you can see, look at this, it pops up with enjoying the post. So Beehiv's got all of these features here. I'm going to be showing you exactly how this works in just a second. But just so you know, I have 2 different newsletters. Like I said, this one I've grown over 48,000 active subscribers. Here's the cool thing. You can actually monetize these newsletters with advertisements that Beehiiv has inside of this monetize section. You can actually see I've earned over $8,000 with this newsletter, which, by the way, is more than I've paid in my Beehiiv subscription, substantially more, just by having this. So it's not often you get a software that pays you to use it, and that's something that I see here. And you can see with the AI marketing newsletter, see I've grown this to over 30,000 subscribers, got a strong 25% open rate. In the last 4 weeks alone, it's earned $676 just from some sponsored ads inside of the newsletter. And then you can see this one I've started to really rapidly grow, mostly because I'm scaling my software right now. And then as I bring new people into the software, I automatically subscribe them to my newsletter. So that's something that I recommend. But what I want to do is I actually want to show you a little bit more in depth how all of this works. So let's go over and walk you through some of the core features inside of Beehiiv. Now, inside of Beehiiv, they have something called posts. And these are actually the emails that will go out as a newsletter, but they'll also go on your website as well, so people can access them. And that's a really cool thing, is you're not just getting an email newsletter software, you're also getting a website builder, which is going to allow you to actually have a website where you can collect email addresses and host all of your articles and actually have them SEO optimized. So if somebody's searching Google, they could potentially find your article as well, not just if they're already subscribed to your email. And so, for instance, I did a podcast interview with Ree Perez on how to become a category of one brand. And so what I did is I actually wrote an entire email newsletter based on that. So you can see here, I went into the email dashboard. And the really cool thing is it's all a drag and drop process. So I can just type anything that I want here. I can put in the title. I can put in the subheadline. You can see I can link all these different pieces. And I can basically type whatever I want. I can add bulleted lists, numbered lists, buttons, quotes. Let's say I wanted to add a button to have people go and watch my YouTube channel or that video. Watch the full video on YouTube. and then I can just link that video. I'm just going to do YouTube right now because I don't have the video link handy, but you can see here, I can link that video and then I can put that button right here and that will appear inside of the newsletter. And so one of the things I like the most is how intuitive beehiiv is to actually edit. So you can see here, you can really type whatever you want. We've got the title for this newsletter. You can see we've got our subtitle, and it all looks great. When we actually look at this in our email inbox, it looks really, really nice. But then the other thing that I can do is not just add all of these different details here, but we can actually add really easily any element that we want. All we have to do is click slash, and then you can see we can add bulleted lists, numbered lists, we can add buttons. So let's say I wanted to add a button that links to the YouTube video that I'm referencing here. So again, this was based on a podcast interview I did on how to be a category of one brand. And so in this case, what I can do is I can go ahead and put a description here, which is watch the full video on YouTube. And then I can take this YouTube video URL, click enter. I can make the button big, I can center it. And now I've actually got a button that people can click that'll take them directly to the YouTube video. But you can even do one better. You can even embed the video directly in the email and an ability to click it. So you can see we've got block quotes, we've got images, we've got tables, sections, content breaks. There's all of these different options. Now, I know it can look like a lot of different things, but really this just means you have so many possibilities of what you can create with this newsletter. And let's just use YouTube as an example. I can click this YouTube embed. I can paste a YouTube URL and it will automatically optimize that YouTube URL and that video so that it pops up in the newsletter so people can just click it and then go directly to YouTube. Let's take a look at what this looks like. They actually have a handy tool over here called the preview where you can see what this is going to look like inside of somebody's email inbox. Now, you can see we've got the title up here at the top, the subheadline. And I actually have a sponsor on this particular newsletter. And the cool thing is beehiiv lets you monetize newsletters with sponsors. So anytime somebody clicks on that, I'll actually get paid. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a future video I'm going to make on beehiiv monetization and sponsorships and how all of that works. But you can see here, if you scroll through, we actually have this video embed, and you can see we've got the video right here. And if people click this or click the button, it's going to take them directly to YouTube. So what is it really, really great, really clean. And all I had to do was paste the YouTube URL into beehiiv, and it knew how to make it look really nice. And that's one of the things I like the most about beehiiv is how intuitive it is to use, how easy it is to use. If I want to change the style of how things look, I just click on style and I can change what the links look like, the button colors, the text colors, the typography, the borders. There's so many different possibilities. If I want to go in here and make other edits, all I have to do is type whatever I want. I can click this plus button and then add really pretty much anything I want in here, and it makes it really easy. Let's say I wanted to add an image, I just click image, and then I can just drag and drop, upload an image, use from my library, or insert from a URL. Let's say I wanted to grab one from my library. I could just go ahead and grab one of these images, paste it in, add a caption, and then just like that, I've got an image inside of the newsletter. So really, really easy to drag and drop edit inside of the newsletter. Now, when it comes time to actually publish your newsletter, you can send this out to your audience, but you can also have it published on the web. So like I showed you, this didn't just go out as an email. It also went out as an actual page on my beehiiv website. So you can see here, I've got a page on my website that has this entire newsletter, and people can go here and read it. They start to read it and they scroll down. It's actually going to invite them to subscribe to the newsletter if they haven't already. And again, all the links, all the things that they can click, they're all right here inside of this website. So you can see we've got a website version and we have an email newsletter version. They make it really simple to split test. So I actually tested a few different subject lines to see which one worked the best. This is a really cool feature because this actually helps you have that higher open rate. You saw that this email had a 41% open rate, and across 48,000 people, that's actually really good. Whether you're sending emails or not, it's one of those things where if you have an open rate, especially even over 20%, that's great. And on beehiiv, like I showed you, all time around 35%. And then, of course, you can also look at what it looks like on the web. So you can see what it looks like when people share it. All the SEO is here. And then you just review it. And then you can schedule this out to send. Now, this one was already published, but you can actually schedule these to send, and then it'll send it out to your whole email list. Now, when we go to each of these posts, we can also see the stats. So I can see the performance of this, see how many people opened it, the open rate, 41%. How many people clicked the links inside of the newsletter. A few people may have unsubscribed, but yeah, that sometimes happens from time to time. But you can see here, a lot of people clicked on that YouTube link. They might have clicked to apply to work with my team. And you can see all of the different stats are here as well. And then you can even see the A/B tests. So take a look at this. I tested a few different subject lines. So you can see here the framework that separates 8-figure brands from everyone else. Stop competing. Here's how to own your category instead. Why being a category of one is the best position, and how to be a category of one brand. And what they did is they sent this out to different segments of people for an hour before the main newsletter sent. So it took a portion of my list, tested the different subject lines, found that this one has a higher open rate. And because it had a higher open rate, it sent the rest of the emails using that subject line. Now, this makes a small difference, but that adds up over time. And that's how you can have such high open rates for things like this. You can see it at a 1-hour test, 10%, and it did this all automatically. I didn't have to think about it, worry about it at all, and it sent it out. And when it comes to managing your audience, Beehiiv makes this really seamless as well. You can see that you can add all of your subscribers in here. Now, I just automatically import them all via API. So when they go and sign up and download one of my lead magnets, like my YouTube ad strategy PDF, then I automatically add them to my newsletter. But of course, you can also import subscribers manually, which also makes it really seamless and easy to do if you're moving your email list over to Beehiiv for the first time. So if you sign up, and by the way, I'm going to have a link at the top of the description, a discounted link to sign up for Beehiiv. You're going to be able to import your subscribers just by uploading a list. That way you can start with whoever you already have on your email list or anybody who's opted into any of your funnels. That way you can start sending those newsletters right off the bat. And then what you could do is you could set up an API or a way just to automatically add new subscribers. Or you can even use Beehiiv's own way to collect email subscribers with their pages and their lead forms that you can set up, which I'll show you a little bit later on inside of this video. Now, you can also, inside of the audiences, is go in and build what are called automations. Now, these automations allow you to have an email welcome sequence. So I actually built out a full email welcome sequence. So anytime somebody joins my email newsletter, they're going to be able to actually receive some welcome emails. So you can see here, I've got my welcome to the Marketing Minds newsletter, and they make it really easy to set this up. You can see I've got the email itself, welcome to Marketing Minds newsletter. I'm glad you're here. Got a bunch of different details. Yes, it's a picture of young me on here. It's just kind of funny. And by the way, actually, you can just go here and just click edit email. They make it really easy. It's the same editor. You can go in here. You can add anything that you want. So pretty simple. To set this up. You can see it's got all the details, and I linked my YouTube video for my origin story. I put some block quotes in here with some things I wanted to teach people, some value I wanted to give people, and you can see this is my welcome email. And so I send this out to every new person that subscribes to my email newsletter, and then that way, the minute that they subscribe, they're going to automatically get an email in their inbox. And I delayed this for 30 minutes. The reason for that is when people sign up for the PDF, I also have another automation that sends them the PDF right away. So I want to send them this email a little bit later. But you can also set this up to send out as soon as somebody signs up, just depending on how you're setting things up. And you can see here, if we take a look at our analytics, you can see I got a 47% open rate on this email. So since I updated this, I've had 35,000 people receive the email. I got a 10% click-through rate, which is actually really high on people going in here. And you can see I give a few additional gifts and resources to people when they go ahead and join the email newsletter. And I actually don't just stop there with that first email. I created a whole welcome sequence where you can see I start sending additional guides. So you can see I have a delay. I wait until a certain time frame, and then I start sending consistent emails. I got a beginner's guide, that I send out, how to use YouTube ads to grow your channel, your YouTube client engine. You can see I have a variety of different emails that I start sending out to people, and I drip feed to them after they subscribe to my email newsletter. And I can go in and update these at any time. And by the way, if I wanted to add more to this, and you can see I actually built a pretty long automation. It's kind of fun to do. But if I wanted to add more, I could just go down here and click the plus, and I could just add another email, click send email. And then they make it really easy. All I have to do is just create a new email, and I can build it from scratch, or I can use one of their templates, which, by the way, that's also another really cool feature here as well, is they have different templates. So you can see here, I, of course, have my own template that I built. So I built my own template. You can build your own. But they also have a variety of different templates that you can use. And then that way you can actually just go in here and edit them. So let's say you wanted to use one of these templates. You could just click here, and you can see they already have a template for you. All you have to do is make the edits. You can just click here to swap out these images. You can replace it with one of your own images, right? As an example, you can see how easy this is to make changes. And that's one of the things I love about beehiiv, is they've really made it user-friendly to go in and create your own newsletters. So you can see I can add additional newsletters inside of this welcome sequence. beehiiv also makes it easy to add a satisfaction poll, which is actually a really cool feature that I use at the bottom of all of my emails, because that way I can see which emails people love, which emails people think are okay, and which ones they don't like. And it also allows people to leave a comment. That way I can go back and look at what my audience actually likes, which is really important to creating newsletters that your audience is going to engage with the most. So you can see I actually put this at the bottom of all my email newsletters, and then I can see which emails they love, which ones they thought were okay, which ones they don't like, so I can actually go and change them and adapt them over time. Now, you can also build something called subscribe forms that allow people to subscribe to your email newsletter just by going and putting in their email address. So all you got to do is create a new form, and it will automatically allow you to create an email subscription form. You can style it however you want. You can add any colors that you want. And then once you're ready, you can get an embed code, so you can easily embed this on your website. So people can go just put in their email address and then subscribe to your newsletter automatically. This actually makes it really, really easy. And you could also have a direct link to these subscribe forms as well. That way, if you want to send people from your social media accounts to go and subscribe to your newsletter, this is an easy way to make that happen. Like I've said before, it is so important to make sure that you're taking people off of your social media accounts and actually having a place where you own the leads. And that's what you could do inside of beehiiv. You have all the leads here inside of your subscriber segments. You have the ability to send emails to them where they're going to consistently open them, and you actually have their email address so you can communicate to them. So you're not just reliant on the platforms on social media. You actually have your own platform right here on beehiiv where you can send emails to all of your subscribers at any time. Now, beehiiv also has ways that you can grow your email newsletter through recommendations, through boosts, a referral program, and even something they call magic links. Now, I'm going to dive more in depth into this in a future video. However, just to give you a little bit of a teaser, I actually get paid to include ad placements inside of my email newsletters. You can see on my AI marketing newsletter, last month I earned $613, which is way more than my beehiiv subscription. So beehiiv literally paid me last month to have this email newsletter. And you can see I actually was able to go and get all of these different sponsors that are wanting to promote on my newsletter, because I have an audience of people that are reading my newsletters, and they're willing to pay for every time somebody clicks on these different ads. There's a bunch of them. So this is a really, really cool feature. We're going to be breaking this down a little bit later. So make sure you stay tuned here on the channel for when we dive a little bit deeper into the monetization features as well. Now, to round out this video, I want to talk about the website. Now, this is really cool because beehiiv actually has their own website that you can build. Now, this actually allows you to build a website on beehiiv that people can go to, and they can actually see all of your different articles. So you can see all of the different newsletters that you send out, all the articles, they're all here on a website. They make it really easy for people to subscribe. Now, here's something that's actually really exciting. beehiiv just rolled out a brand new version of this website, and I have been waiting to test this out, and I'm going to do this here with you live. So take a look at this. I can migrate from my previous legacy beehiiv site, And watch how easy they make this. They have all of these different templates that I can choose from. Some really good templates. You can see here a variety of different templates I can choose from. And then I can choose which one I like the best. I think there was one I saw earlier. I like this Atlas Collective one. So I can choose what template I like the best. And then I can click next. And then it's going to allow me to go and use my existing branding for my company and then use that to actually build out this website. So I'm going to use my current theme, which uses some of my existing colors. Actually, I guess it already did that automatically. We could, of course, update any of these color palettes. I'm going to click next. I'm going to use my existing typography. And then we're going to go ahead and click start building. And then we will click continue. What this should do is automatically apply these settings to my own newsletter. So you can see this is now updating with their new version of their website builder. So take a look at this. You can actually add new elements. You can add navigation bars. You can add new pages and layers and settings. And all of this is really easy and drag and drop. And it's also mobile optimized. So you have your own .beehiiv.com domain that you can use. You can go back in version history, complete that onboarding here. Oh, look at that. One of the things I love about beehiiv is just how they've thought through all these features. They recently had a wide array of different features that they announced, some of which I was really, really excited about, including this new website builder. So you can see here, look how sleek this looks. I've got a full website that has all of the newsletters that I've sent out. They're SEO optimized, so they're indexed on Google. So if somebody's searching, they can find your newsletter on Google. So usually you send a newsletter, it goes out to the email inbox, and that's it. Well, with beehiiv, it can now stay on your website so that people can go back and they can go through your archive. And by the way, you could just change any of this anytime. So I can go and, edit this, however I want. Super simple, drag and drop, just type it. You can see I have different, call to action buttons and links that I can add. I can add new sections. So if I wanted to add a section here, you can see I can add different subscription sections, a post section, pricing. Now, what some people will do is they'll actually sell subscriptions to their newsletter. I don't do that personally. My newsletter is free. It's more of a tool to provide value, to warm people up. Potentially some of those people will be interested in becoming clients for my business. Also, same thing with my software company as well. But some people, they'll actually sell subscriptions. So it just depends on what you're looking to do. You can add recommendations, a call to action, an FAQ, and you can see they have all of these. And let's say I wanted to add this FAQ. I just click FAQ simple, add section. It adds this FAQ, and then I can just go and I can type whatever I want. So I can just type whatever I want right here, and it's so simple to do. And if I don't want it anymore, I just delete that block, and it's that easy. So you can see we've got the whole website right here. They have different ways to go and make changes. So you can change the navigation bar, the footer. They have different pages that you can have as well. So we've got our subscribe page. This is where people can go to subscribe to the newsletter. We've got our archive page, the authors page. So I can put it about me, different tags. You even have the ability to have people log in to your website as well. And then there's also all these different settings that you can add as well. And then once you go ahead and publish this, all you got to do is just click publish or publish it to the live site and make it really easy. And then they give you your own domain. And now let's take a look. Let's refresh this. We've got our new design. Just like that, we've got the new design for the Marketing Minds newsletter site. And again, look how easy and simple this is. And when you open up any of these newsletters, like this one about my AI thumbnail creator software, you can see here, people are scrolling, and then look at this, enjoying this post. Make sure you subscribe. And then it encourages people to actually subscribe to your newsletter as they're scrolling. So if they just find this automatically, it's going to actually give them that reminder. So it's just another way that beehiiv is adding these features that are going to help elevate your overall marketing and your overall brand. Now, one more really awesome thing I want to show you is beehiiv actually had their own rewind, kind of like how, Spotify has their Wrapped. They had their own Wrapped as well. And look at this. It showed me that I wrote 165,000 words and I had 5 million total impressions. What does that mean? 5 million times my emails were seen in people's inboxes. And that just goes to show the power of having an email newsletter. Imagine if you could get your content in front of people 5 million times, just how powerful that can be for your business and for your brand. And of course, like I said, I use this for both of my newsletters, my Marketing Minds newsletter, and then also my AI marketing newsletter as well. And it's really exciting to see all these new features that they're constantly adding, and also just how easy it is to launch your own newsletter as well. When you go to Beehiiv, they make it really, really simple. I'm going to put a link down there in the description that has a special discount as well, so you can sign up and start building your own newsletter for yourself. As you know, here on AppFind, we love finding the best software and AI tools, and that is exactly why I was excited to dive into Beehiiv today. We've actually partnered with Beehiiv to give you a special discount when you sign up and try it for yourself. So just click that link right there at the top of the description so you can get that special discount. And I am so excited for you to test out Beehiiv for yourself. It's been really powerful for my own newsletters, and I know it'll be great for you as well. Now, this is actually just the first video in a 3-part series that we are making on Beehiiv. The next video is going to be diving into Beehiiv's monetization features. Now, this is really cool because Beehiiv has features that allow you to actually get paid to have your newsletter. You can actually use monetization tools directly on the platform, where Beehiiv will actually pay you for promoting different products and services that are some of the advertisers on their platform. It's really powerful. I mean, when do you have a software that actually pays you to use it? And then we're going to be diving also into the 3rd episode, where we'll talk about all things growth and how Beehiiv has some growth tools inside the platform to help you grow your newsletter as well. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss those videos once they come out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.